What is up, you sexy beasts? I am repping my girl Sammy Moniz today, feeding the phrases. Hey, just as I start filming, not one, but 2 lawnmowers start going. How great, eh? So hopefully that's not too distracting in the back there. But I was just doing some pull-up work and it got me thinking, over the last 10 years, just how often I've been told that the kipping pull-up or the butterfly pull-up, it's cheating. It's a cheating pull-up. I'm sure you guys as CrossFitters have probably had that as well. Or if you're not a CrossFitter, you've probably looked at our pull-ups and thought that maybe. And I think what the person means when they say that, what they mean is you can't do 20 kipping pull-ups and then tell me that you've got 20 strict pull-ups. I think they're scared that we would claim that we can do that many strict pull-ups when we're actually doing butterfly or kipping. And I would completely agree. They are 2 very separate things and they should be scored separately. But that does not make the CrossFit pull-up, the kipping pull-up or the butterfly pull-up, it doesn't make it cheating or invalid. The purpose of a strict pull-up is strength building, upper body pulling strength. We're trying to go through a full range of motion with minimal momentum and just build pure strength, right? Whereas the kipping pull-up is a gymnastics skill. It's something you learn. It's a learned skill. Yes, there is some technique involved, but it's not as complex as, say, a butterfly pull-up, yeah? So the purpose of a kipping pull-up is to learn a new skill, and that's one of the things I love about CrossFit, is how many new skills there are to conquer and to learn. That kind of gives the sport excitement over a long period of time, because some of these skills like the snatch and the muscle up and the handstand walk, they're very hard to learn. And sure, you probably don't need some of these movements to get fit and strong, but they're fun. It's part of the fun to learn new skills. So first of all, the purpose of the kipping pull-up is to learn a new skill. But secondly, it's for us to increase our intensity during workouts. You can do a lot more pull-ups. You can move through that range of motion a lot more times using the kipping pull-up or the butterfly pull-up, and therefore increasing your intensity through the workout. So you achieve a higher level of cardio output. So the second purpose then of the kipping pull-up is to increase our intensity in our workouts. And then lastly, oh, I just spat everywhere. And then lastly, CrossFit's all about real life application. If I was running away from a dog chasing me and I was going to jump over this fence, you wouldn't expect me to stop at the fence and do a strict muscle up over the fence. You would expect me to throw my whole body into it and use momentum to get over that fence, because that's what happens in real life. And so with some of these kipping movements or movements that have some momentum with them, we use them and incorporate them because one of our goals in CrossFit is to have real life application. So for me, those are the 3 reasons we use the kipping pull-up. It's a fun skill to learn, it helps us increase intensity in our workouts, and it has real life application. So it's not the strict pull-up or the kipping pull-up, it is both and. You can do them both and learn them both, and they both have their own validity and their own purposes. Now, do I think it's a good idea to actually have some good strict pull-ups, a good number of strict pull-ups before moving into kipping pull-ups? Absolutely. I think when you have the strength to carry the skill, that is always a good idea. You don't want to go into a new skill not having that base strength that will actually carry you through. You'll just be flailing up there and ripping your shoulders out. Whereas if you have some good strength and stability around the shoulders already built up, it's just going to give you way more success when you learn the new kipping movements. So absolutely, they do complement each other, and I would go strength before intensity, strength before the skill, or strength before momentum. So if you're out there and you've ever thought, man, that's a cheating pull-up, hopefully that explains it. And if you're someone who does CrossFit and you're frustrated with people calling your pull-ups cheating pull-ups, maybe that helps you explain it a bit better. Now, I also wanted to show you a few of my favorite exercises to help improve your kipping pull-up or your butterfly pull-up. So let's go do that now. So the first thing I recommend you do is to learn how to activate your shoulders. So all you're gonna do here is hang off the bar in a very inactive manner. So you're gonna hang loose on purpose and then just try and tighten that shoulder blade up without bending the elbow. So it looks like this. So you're gonna hang super loose, and then from here, it's gonna tighten up the shoulders, loosen them back up again, and tighten the shoulders. And you can work through 15 reps of those, maybe do 3 sets of 15. That's gonna be a great way just to learn how to activate that shoulder so that when you actually go into your kipping pull-ups, you're not doing that through a loose joint. Now, this next movement definitely makes up the kind of base of the kip, and that is the hollow rock, the hollow in the arch rock. So you definitely want to start on the ground with this and then take it to the bar. So just on the ground, I'm sure you've all seen this, heels together, point the toes in a hollow body position and just rocking, or even just holding even just holding that hollow position. The aim here is to close the gap between the bottom of your ribs and the top of your pelvis. So you just bring those 2 points together into a nice tight hollow, and you can hold that with the hands overhead or next to the side. You can add a bit of rocking, and then you want to do the opposite as well. Flip on your tummy and get into some nice strong arch positions. Again, whether you hold that or whether you kick out and try and rock. Having a strong hollow position and a strong arch position on the ground is going to really translate nicely when you put that onto the bar. Okay, so you've learned how to activate the shoulder. You've got a strong hollow, a strong arch. You can now bring it all together on the bar. So hang it on the bar, activate the shoulder, and now you're going to change shapes from the hollow to the arch, hollow to the arch. And if you have control, you should be able to stop dead like that. So changing shapes and then just stopping. So you're not swinging out of control, you're in full control of the motion, and you can stop safely whenever you want to. There's so many tips and tricks when it comes to the kipping pull-up, but the last one that I'll mention that I think is really important is to keep the lower body organized and tight, and make sure the movement actually happens up here around the shoulder joint rather than swinging the legs. So I always think about keeping the lower body steady and still. I squeeze my heels together, I point my toes, and then I initiate the movement from the shoulders, and the lower body essentially comes along for the ride rather than being the main mover down here. So hanging dead still, we're gonna push and pull through the shoulders, and the lower body just stays organized and comes along for the ride rather than the lower body being the major mover. You can see there, if you swing your legs, your shoulders don't actually go anywhere. So you should be pushing on the bar and pulling on the bar rather than just swinging the legs. And then when you've done hundreds of hours in these positions and doing these drills, then finally you can add that pull-up in, and the pull-up happens when you snap into your hollow. So big arch through the bar, as you snap into your hollow, that's when you pull in to complete your pull-up. So active shoulder joint, hollow to arch shapes, and then the pull-up happens in your hollow. Guys, one thing I must mention before I go is how to improve your strict pull-ups. I find that by far the best tool you can use is the negative pull-up. So yes, banded pull-ups work, but I find often people need more help at the top of the pull-up, and that's when the band is the slackest. Most people can initiate that movement and do the first half of the range, and that's when the band helps you the most. So essentially the band helps you the most when you need it the least, and it helps you the least when you need it the most. So if you've got a partner assisted ones is just the money, because your partner can gauge how much to actually help you and still allow you to do the majority of the work. But if you don't have a partner, I find negatives is by far the most effective way to strengthen your strict pull-up. So set up a box or anything that's going to allow you to already have your chin over the bar, and then do a 5-second negative. So start with your chin above the bar, get in the hollow position, oh I'm shaking, and then down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back in the box, repeat for 3 to 5 reps, no more than 5. 5 negatives at that speed is plenty to start with. And I just do that like once, maybe twice a week. You don't want to be doing negatives too often. It does really tear up the muscles. So just incorporate that into your training once or twice a week if you struggle with strict pull-ups, like myself. So guys, I hope that was helpful to someone out there. Drop us a line down in the comments. Let us know, have you ever been told by someone that the CrossFit pull-up is a cheating pull-up? And what is stronger for you, strict pull-ups or kipping pull-ups? And are you guilty, like I am, of not working on your strict motions enough and just relying on the kipping momentum? I know that I'm guilty of that, and this year I need to focus more on my strict capacity, my strict movements, and then the kip will always be there. If you have the skill, it's like riding a bicycle really. It doesn't take long to get the kip back, so it's worth just setting that aside even for a while and just working on your strict motions. Guys, stay sexy, keep roaring love, and damn, Sammy Moniz, that shirt is legit. I'm pretty sure these are going to be available on Feeding the Phrases website. Maybe it's already there. Go check it out. All right, guys, catch you soon. Have I already said it? Stay sexy, keep roaring love. I think I have. Bye. Mwah.